Hi everyone, I'm checking in early. This is Claudette stamping with MsPuff. I'm just making sure everything is settled and right side up and centered. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm just gonna spin this around here and see if I could get right side up. Please let me know if you guys could see me and hear me, because this is like the third time trying to do this. I don't know if it's user error or just, trying to figure out the software. So please leave a comment and let me know if you could hear me or see me. And while I'm getting stuff settled in, if you guys are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below. And it's a delay in the video, so I'm just checking my tablet to make sure that I am centered. I have my little relaxing stress reliever buddy right here to make sure I am in view. My daughter gave me that little guy. And we have about 2 minutes and about how many more minutes we have before we go live at 5. It is 5. It's 1 after there, so we will be short and starting here momentarily. Alrighty. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. This is would be my first YouTube live. I tried several times, as I say, and they were not successful. So you let me know if you could hear me and see me. Today, I am Claudette, by the way, stamping with MsPuff. Thanks for tuning into my creative corner. And today we'll be creating 3, I think, which is pretty simple cards that you could recreate at home using the products that you may have. So if you don't have these products at home, you could check out my website, which is MsPuffCreativeCorner.com, and I have a link to my online craft store. So if you see anything here that you're interested in, I'll be appreciated if you go over and support my online store. So let me get the first card that we would be making. And today the first card we'll be making is feature this Happy Birthday to You stamp set. And this is the card right here that we would be making. So push this up more in view. So let's start. We're gonna start with a white card base. Okay, this card base is measuring 11 inches by 4 1/4, and you're gonna score it down by at 5 1/2 inches. So that's gonna be the base of our card. for this project. Then we're going to start out with this rose color. Stampin' Up! Calls it Rococo Rose. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, if I didn't mention that from before. And that's what color they call that. And that is measuring 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So first what I'm going to do is take the happy birthday stamp out of this, and this is in a rubber stamp, and I'll be using the ink pad in basic gray. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. So now with our happy birthday, we're just gonna be making a background stamping, I guess, here. And I'm just gonna put it on a slant. Slant this a little bit this way so it'll be easier for me to see. And if you mess up here in the middle, no worries, because see, just like I did right there, you're gonna be covering that with a second layer. Okay. And if that bothers you, you could always turn your paper on the opposite side. You have 2 sides to a paper. I hope everybody's all in good spirits and safe and well with this coronavirus going on. Okay, with these nails I can't even pick that up, so we'll get that out of the way. And we're gonna get our top layer, and with this layer here we used our Stitch So Sweetly dies, and so I used this one right here, and I cut that out in the white cardstock. And we're going to use the cake stamp with that, and we're going to come in again with our basic gray. And this is a bigger stamp, so I'm going to just keep that up, stamp it up, ink it up upside down here so I could get the whole stamp. And this is nice to, I guess, use your Stamparatus when you have these bigger stamp. I have a video on the Stamparatus, whereas if you miss a spot, you could come down and re-ink it. And this is nice to use your grid paper so you could line your work up so it could kind of be straight. Hopefully my head won't get into the shot. I'm just giving this a good press and rub. Okay. And I I'm going to go ahead and get the word to celebrate greeting from this stamp set. And we're going to stamp that up using our basic gray. Ink. And we're going to try to put it on a slant. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is get our alcohol markers, our stamping blends, and these are in our smoky slate, and we have the dark and the light. And I'm just going to color the base where the cake is sitting on. And just those little dark lines, I'm just going to hit it up with the dark smoky slate. And I think it just adds a little dimension to it. And you don't have to if you don't want to. And if you want, you could color the flowers in, but I just left it this white. And then we're just going to go in with the light one and color the rest in. So you have on these, you have a longer tip, a wider tip, and one end, and it has the marking in there that it says wider, and then this is a finer tip for, I guess, for smaller areas. I like the bigger tip. You know, it puts out more ink. You have less chances of going out the line when you use the smaller tip. But to me, it just flows better with a bigger tip. And to me, when you use a smaller tip, it just feels as if you know, when you take your claws and run it down the chalkboard. So what are you guys doing to keep your mind off of our current situation that's going on with the coronavirus? I just love doing craft. I just love craft projects. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we have this black piece. This cardstock here is measuring 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And we're going to take some multi-purpose glue and put these together. And I like using a multi-purpose glue because it doesn't dry as quickly, give you time to move your work around. And you just need to get your edges good and just a smidge to the center. And then you're just going to line them up so your edges could be even. You could eyeball the top, see if they're even side by side before you press it down all the way. And I have to stand that up a little bit to see. And then we're gonna put this right here, and that kind of covers up my little oops. Okay, so if you want, you could put dimensionals to pop this up a little bit, but I am just going to go and use some more of the multi-purpose glue. When you have your alcohol markers, they bleed through, you know, you could see right there. So you always want to cover up the back of your work if it's going to show. And then we'll just go ahead and center this. And I did some other trials. Let me see if I have them here with some color. I thought I had the other one, but I did this and I colored this. What you guys think? You like the one with the color or just without color? Let me know in the comments. I think it was a lot going on, so I didn't I scratched that one. So then what we're going to do is take the base of our card, and like I said, this is 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5.5, and we're going to glue that down. And I like to open up my card so I could see better to center it. So again, I'm looking, making sure it's even on both sides. That doesn't look too bad. Press. And then we're gonna put a little bit of pearls on there. And let me see if I find my tool to pick those up with. My hats go off to those medical workers that have to deal with this coronavirus and the working conditions that they have. You know, not having the right protective personal equipment to wear, not having enough ventilators for these. My hats go out to them. And I'm using here my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to put just 3 pearls here. And this Take Your Pick tool is kind of nice. It has like 2 ends. And they have this spatula at this end. And they have like a piercing tool here. It closes up. And it has another end that has 2 stylus that goes in here. A large stylus and a small stylus. And then this. Sorry, the electricity just flickered. I hope my internet is still on. This has putty at the end, so you could pick up small little objects, and it comes with 2 of these when you get that, when you purchase that. So that's kind of a neat tool there. And as with my cards, I usually keep the insides blank until I have that special occasion arise. Then I put my greetings on the inside, so you could create, you know, put whatever you would like in the inside. And that is the first card. What you guys think? Not bad. And you could recreate this at home. You could use whatever you have, whatever stamp set you have. Alrighty, so let's put that up, and then we'll be on to our next card. And again, that was with the happy birthday to you, and that's when it was in our celebration catalog. And with our celebration, it runs until the end of this month, March 31st. Any products you buy, if you buy products $50, every $50 you could get a free item out of our celebration catalog. All right, let's see which one we're gonna do next. So this is also a time for us to reflect on what life is, you know, really about to you and what is important to you in life. We had at stay-at-home orders in play last night at 11 o'clock to 11 o'clock, April 9th. To me, family and friends is so important. So there's so much things we could do together with our family and friends in this time. All right, so our next stamp set, our next project, I'll say, card will be using a Thoughtful Bloom. Oh, I just found my other little pieces that I had created with the other card. I had stamped these front pieces too. So what you guys think? I like the plain one, but these are a couple that I had stamped there with the to go on this. But I decided to just leave this. I think it was too much going on with a happy birthday in the background. Those are the other two. All right, so we'll be making this card right here with the Thoughtful Blooms. And while I'm getting the pieces out for that, let's see, I have everything organized in a little basket, so I'm getting those out. So again, we're going to be using our basic white, we call it Whisper White Thick cardstock by Stampin' Up. So we also going to be using a designer series paper, and this is a Please as Punch designer series paper. And I think I did a video on the designer series papers that we have, and that is a special, I mean, these are beautiful spring colors that's running till the end of this month, March 31st. So what we want to do is get that is measuring. So the Whisper, the base of the card is measuring the same thing, 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. This designer series papers measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So what we're going to do is go ahead and stick that onto the base of our card. Again, I just start from the top, position it, make sure you eyeball both sides and you have an even amount on the top and on the sides. Sorry, I have to pick that up because I cannot see when it is flat. Okay, so then what we're going to do is get our top layer piece. And this is one of our rectangle framed or rectangle stitch rectangle dies. All right, so you get a whole bunch of these. So I use the fourth from the fourth to the smallest one that I in this bunch is with the one that I used. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do some stamping. And again, I'm gonna line my paper up here with my grid line so I could kind of be straight. Before I do that, when you use your photopolymer stamps, which is these clear see-through one, it's best to have a pad underneath there. It's gonna come out a little crisper. Okay. And I'm going to start out with the stem for the flowers. And I am going to be using, let's see, Old Olive, which is a green. And it's nice to stamp off your work. Make sure it's inking up nicely, especially when you're not using the stamp apparatus, okay? And we're going to do 3 stems. And you can make the stems, you know, the heights different, which I didn't do on the first one. I'm just going to do this a little bit here. Then we're going to go ahead and get our leaves. Let me just pack some of these stuff up. And then we have a little leaf that I'm going to use. And we're going to use Old Olive, the same color. So this is a time to also to spend time with your family, sit down and actually have dinner. You guys could do movie night, family games. What are you guys doing at your house? So we also have to be thankful for those people who are keeping the stores open so we could go out and have our essentials. The police officers, Walmart workers, etc., etc. And so we already have our stem and our leaves done. What I'm going to do is let me see, the thank you. I think I'm going to put the thank you right down there. And this thank you is going to be in the basic gray. And it's softer. The basic gray is a softer color than actually using the black, okay? And what I went ahead and did, let's see if I find that here. Okay, there we go. Is the Please as Punch designer series paper. This is another one here. I went ahead and cut those out with it came with the bloom punch, goes with the set, as you could also get in the celebration catalog. These are bonus products that you could get free too as well with a minimum order. So I went ahead and punched some of those out. Let's see here. We have 3, yep. And I took like a yellow alcohol marker and I'm just gonna color the little dot inside of the flower. And we're gonna get some dimensionals and pop those up. And so we have mini, you have regular size dimensionals and you have the little mini dimensional, and that is perfect for these flowers. I'm just gonna get my take your pick tool ready and available for when I need it. And we're gonna go ahead and pop these up. I just take my fingernail and press it in to get the back off of these. Some people use the little piercing part of the take you pick and just pull the backing off of this. See, and of course it's not cooperating with me today. One more dimensional. And we're going to take some of the bigger dimensional and put it to the back of this layer here and pop it up on our card. All right, sorry guys, I don't know, we have a wave or where the electricity went off. We lost there a little bit, so we're back. I don't know where we logged off, but we're back putting our masculine card together here. So hopefully I didn't lose any of you guys. So we put in this tag piece that we punched out with our triple tag punch. So we have that in night and navy, and the yellow is in daffodil delight. Then we're gonna put our tie together, and this goes back here to a sweetly, let's see, die set. Let me give you the, like I said, I'm gonna be listing these in my web. I think it's Stitch So Sweetly dies. So we get that Stitch So Sweetly dies, and these are the dies that come with that. All right, so I punch that out with your die machine. I have the Big Shot that I use. Stampin' Up used to sell it, but they don't anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and put our tie on this, and hopefully you saw how I put together that tie before we lost connections. And we're gonna take our dimensionals and pop that die up here. And I need some mini dimensionals to go to the top because this is kind of slender. Let's see, maybe 3 would hold up here to the top. Let's look. You know what, let's just do 2. And we'll put some down the middle of the tie. And we'll take the back ends off of those. And we're going to center that on our little tag that we cut out. And then we're going to pop that up on the larger dimensionals, with larger dimensionals. And this is again the well-dressed stamp set, using also the Sending Utah stamp set that is located in our celebration catalog. So with that, so I'm not sure how much was missed on the video with doing the tie. So what you're gonna do is you stamp on a white piece for this blue part, so you get the full tie, and then you're gonna stamp on a different color piece, which this is our winter green. And like I use the night and navy, so I'm just gonna do that briefly just for those who, I don't know, not for those, but if we missed that part. And then you're gonna stamp, for instance, on your color card stock, and then you're just going to cut out the green part, you know, and then you're going to glue this top piece onto the full tie there. All right. And also what we're going to do, men also like bling. We can't forget some bling on top of this. Let me see here. Okay, so we're going to get some rhinestone. And what we did with the rhinestone, guys, you could take your alcohol marker, and we took the navy blue rhinestone, night and navy, not navy blue rhinestone, navy blue alcohol marker, and we went ahead and we colored those in. So whatever color you need, you could take your alcohol marker and color those diamond rhinestones, okay? So we're going to take 3 of those and put those down on this card. And let me just take your tool set here and lay those down. Let's see. That's 1. Two, 1 more, and 3. Let me look and see if these are straight. Yep. And like I said, I usually leave the inside blank, but I know a gentleman that's graduating from college that I'm going to give him this, so I went ahead and did the inside of this one. And this was extra of the cardstock here, and this was one of the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I went ahead and stamped with a great big wish for happiness And that was a stamp set from Sending You Tarts, or a stamp out of the stamp set, Sending You Tarts. So I'll leave the other one blank in the inside, so when the occasion arises, I could fill that in. And let's see here. Before we leave, these are the 3 cards that we went ahead and made today. If you do like what you see here today, again, you could check out my website for any products that you may like. My online link is there. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, and please do share the video. And you guys be safe out there, and remember, just try to do something fun. Share a get together with your family. This is a time to get together, build your support system, you know, support each other, and you guys be safe. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy stamping.